Yes. What is up? What is up? Sound man, where are my claps at? There they are. There we go. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Monday. You here?
What's that? What's that? No, what's that over there? What's that on his head right there? What's that? Then last week when we left off, somebody said "Fly, Eagles, fly."
Cry, Eagles, cry, baby.
And we still and we still on it. And we still on it.
You the fourth dead bird. You the
Oh,
fourth dead bird this year. A
well,
Seahawk, a Falcon, a Raven, and an Eagle.
No, actually, I take that back. The
And
Canes
Cardinals
died,
too. That's the five dead birds.
no, it's six because the Canes died first.
The who?
Them Canes.
That's college.
I don't care. It's a bird.
Oh, him want to throw something somewhere else.
well, shit, we'll start it off that way. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. You are here on Last Take. I am your host, Mr. KEV. Up here dancing, moving his shoulders and shit. He's gonna hurt himself. Mr. Skip from Skip Trophies and more.
Bang, 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 bang.
And the self-proclaimed champ up here, Mr. Diamond Dirty D.
Two
It looks
times.
like we've got a show tonight, but before we kick that off, let's hear from our friends over at Too Fresh Transportation.
Are you and your friends or family looking to have a good time? Come experience Too Fresh Transportation. They offer multiple luxurious vehicles to choose from that are super clean and COVID sanitized. With all vehicles having a wide range of seating space, a custom bar with a hookah, and an Apple and Google TV, a PlayStation 5, a removable dance pole, and a custom stereo. So remember, next time you book a ride, book Too Fresh, because Too Fresh is above the rest.
Above the rest, baby.
Hey, before we get started, I went back and looked at the podcast, the whole podcast again. I was wrong about a statement I made on my live, and let me correct what I said wrong. I said whoever turned the ball over the most was going to lose. I didn't say that. D said it. I said whoever had the most time possession was going to win, and I was wrong. So the Devils had the most time possession, they lost. So I had to correct that because I went back and looked at the podcast again. But all right, go ahead, Kim. My bad. I had to get that correction out of there because I'm finna test some ass up tonight.
Well, we're going to get into it right now, but I want to start off by saying, and it's because I got it on NFL Network, and they're replaying it right now, and Chris Stapleton's doing that national anthem, and he fucking killed it. I was very surprised and pleased with that rendition. So big props to him. But, man, the Chiefs came back and they beat them birds. Now, started off a fight. I was happy with the way that the game was played. Skip, how are you with the overall game?
The game was a beautiful thing. Two things were showcased: resiliency and the fact that the old statement everybody make, a horse that shit fast don't shit long. One of the things I said in the podcast last week was you got to keep Mahomes on the field because he can score quicker than what the Eagles can. And the Eagles had the best game plan in the first half in the world. Keep him on the sideline. They had the ball, I think, 23 of the 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? But every time Mahomes got on the field, he walked that bitch down the field. 2-3 minutes here, 2-3 minutes there. They missed the field goal. Okay, cool. Coaching won that football game last night. Outside of all of the performances of the players, it was better coaching. Now, not to say that Philadelphia's coach did a bad job, because he didn't. But the better coach, well, I ain't gonna say better coach. The coach with the best staff handled his team the best. I'm gonna put it just like that. And like I said, I'm not as good as any of those guys. I'm just commentating on what I saw and what I believe. Philadelphia didn't adjust. Kansas City did, and it showed. Go, D. Loser.
Hell of a game, back and forth. I think we came in with a hell of a game plan. Time possession. I said last week, you got to keep them out the field. We did that. I did also say whoever turned the ball over the most would lose this game because that's how I see them back and forth. Had one major turnover. Some people say it didn't hurt. I look at football different. That one turnover, to be honest with you, outside of that missed field goal, is the determination of the game. Them 7 points hurt later on in the game. And it was a momentum shift because at that moment in time, we was what? It was 14-7.
Yeah.
I believe we were driving, almost went across the 50, potential touchdown or 3 points. That was a momentum swing. So all in all, man, very great game. I'm happy with the results. As far as I wanted to win, I wanted the Eagles to win.
Oh,
But
no, you and Matt had already predicted it. Don't say what you want.
I ain't got nothing to do with man. That's what I thought. Wait. That's one of the calls when our people called me with that mess. I'm one of the best. I'm one of the best man players that I know on this screen right here. We know that.
Yes, no doubt. You are.
So,
man, that's why
so,
I said,
but in reality, between them white lines, that's how the game is won. I said it. Turn the ball over. Guess we're gonna win. I believe in both of these offense. Skip made it last week, like he said, it's the first time we got both teams to score the exact amount of points. Skip, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
The same amount of points.
Same amount of turnovers. Same.
Everything. It was almost a mirror of two teams. I was very impressed with Jalen Hurts' performance. Mm-hmm. Broke a record in the Super Bowl last night. I don't want to hear no more naysayers about his this, that, whatever. How he played last night was unbelievable. Kept his team in the game, kept him in the position to win. But that guy over there, Mahomes, is battle tested. That coach over there, Andy Reid, is battle tested. He's been on both sides of the spectrum. Hey, team won. I'm not finna get on here with no excuse and point fingers. Was I hurt at that last play? That penalty, that was the only holding call, Mr. Skip, that was called in the game.
Oh, okay.
Crucial situation.
It don't make a difference where it was a hold.
Crucial situation. I'm not a referee. I didn't believe it was holding, but for my cornerback to come out and say he did it, I got to go with it. All the naysayers.
So the man that did say he did it, you don't believe it was. You still don't believe it was holding.
No. I said the man came out and said he did it.
But you also just said you don't believe it was holding.
I'm saying I didn't believe it was holding.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't believe it was holding from the time I seen it, and I'm telling you, just how I feel. This has nothing to do with the Eagles or nobody.
It'll be me and you. I don't give a damn. Go. I got some more shit to come at you with. Go.
I don't care how it goes. It's always some foolishness that goes on in the Super Bowl, and it be a bang play. But it's no excuse.
Yes, it is, because that's what you just said. It's some foolishness.
No, I said it's no excuse.
Foolishness.
We lost.
It was not foolishness, D.
But back to you.
First minute of the game to the last minute of the game to throw the flag.
You don't have a dog in the fight.
Yes, I do.
Don't have no dog in the fight.
I do.
Both of y'all losers just like me. So I'm on the couch with y'all.
Put me on the screen. Get that loser off the screen. He'll loser like me. Now, when people say ain't no excuses, and in the next breath say it was some foolishness, that's a fucking excuse. People kill me with this shit about the refs shouldn't have thrown the flag. The refs should have let the players decide the game. Wouldn't that holding call have decided the fucking game? If he don't call it, they kicked the field goal because they was already in field goal range.
Nope.
So let's not make it sound like that holding call made them kick a field goal. The holding call gave them a chance to burn some more clock. That's it.
Nope.
So when you say it was at the crucial part of the game, you held the man at the crucial part of the game. What about that? A commentator got on ESPN this morning. God damn it, I forgot his name. I said I wasn't going to forget. He probably
I
ain't
wish.
basketball. That motherfucker said Jalen Hurts was the best player on the field. Now, I'm gonna tell you how many ways I differ, and I'm gonna name them, and you dispute me. Jump in when you think when I'm wrong. Jalen Hurts had 3 rushing touchdowns within 6 yards, right? All of them within 5 to 7 yards. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, D.
Oh, you on the screen? Yeah, you got it. Go ahead.
Okay. 3 rushing touchdowns, all of them with 7 yards and under. 1 passing touchdown, 1 turnover, 305, 320. How many yards he had passing?
306 and 70 yards rushing.
306 yards passing and 70 yards rushing, more than his running backs. Jalen Hurts was the best player on the field. Patrick Mahomes came out with a 10-point deficit and threw 3 goddamn touchdowns to different players while marching his team down the field, while managing the clock, while playing hurt, scrambling 26 yards on a bum leg. Everybody in the world know it. But Jalen Hurts was the best player on the field. I missed that bus. How? Because he had more passing yards or more rushing yards? He didn't take his team to the promised land. He didn't bring his team back from a deficit. Well, yes, he did. It was 8 points. But from 10 points down to a win, injured, Jalen Hurts couldn't throw the ball 40 yards on a Hail Mary. Watch somebody say he slipped. That's coming too. That's going to be an excuse too. Did you see that? From the 30 to the other 40. 42 yards, I think it was. But he was the best player on the field. Now,
he was.
I'm not saying he didn't play amazing. He did. But it wasn't enough. The MVP of the league showed you why he's the fucking MVP. But you insult him by saying Jalen Hurts was the best player on the field. I beg to fucking differ. Jalen Hurts ain't got no trophies on his shelf, not none. Rookie of the year, none of that shit. But he's the best player on the field. How? Go, D.
They're going off the performances and what you see. Mahomes threw for 182 yards. He had 2 touchdowns in the second half. His difference makes the difference makes it. I say he had 2 touchdowns in the second half.
Okay.
He had 1 in the first. So he has 3 touchdowns, 182 yards passing compared to somebody that has 300 yards passing and 70 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. That's what they're comparing. That's what they're comparing stats. Being that you are the statistician that you are, because you talk about stats a lot more than people winning trophies. You talk about stats. That's you. That's your MO. I'm the man want to talk about chips.
Yes.
That's what I gauge him on chips.
In that area too.
No, I'm just saying I talk about chips. You talk about stats.
Right.
For your opinion to say you didn't believe he was the best player on the field. Now, in the final seconds of closing a game, Mahomes is unstoppable. You get him that ball 5 minutes in, 2 minutes in, you can bet the house he going down there and score. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I can't take it from him. But an overall performance, you put both of these stat lines up together, and you don't show the end of the game, you're gonna say, damn, the Eagles must have beat the brakes off them.
Got you.
Come on. If you just looking at the stats per se.
Got you. People don't look at stats, they look at the damn game. Looking at the game, who kept their composure? Now, and Jalen Hurts did not lose his composure. He lost momentum. That's what he lost. I give him that. He lost his momentum. He lost the mojo they had because how they came out like gangbusters. You know the old statement, horse shit fast, don't shit long? That's exactly what happened. They shit their whole stomach out first half. Defense had 75 sacks in the regular season. Didn't get 1 in the Super Bowl. All these dogs they got. Didn't touch Patrick Mahomes behind the line of scrimmage. Or hurt Patrick Mahomes. These linebackers that I told y'all last week they couldn't keep up with Kelsey. What they end up doing? They put a fucking nickel back on him like I said they would. My linebackers can do this here. They got speed. He killed their fucking ass. And they said, we got to stop him now. Tell me, he didn't kill him? He didn't kill them linebackers? You made a face. Correct me when I'm wrong. Jump in when I'm wrong now, D. He killed them linebackers.
Go ahead.
15, 24 yards.
He killed every last one of them, to be honest with you.
I know he
That
did,
is-
but no,
that's
you
what brought-
said last week that
I
the
did.
linebacker was going to keep up with him. I said, you're
I said,
damn
I did say that. I did say that.
Let me keep punching you in the face here real quick. See, because you thought you had some world beaters. You act like y'all got a dynasty. Y'all ain't got shit until you continuously win. Dynasty continuously win. Oh, we got a dynasty.
And when the last time your team won?
That is. See, the one thing about the 49ers, we got two different dynasties in the same franchise. Y'all ain't got
You
one.
right.
See, when you say when the last time we won, how many of y'all got?
One.
Bang, bang.
Oh, I got echo. I got echo.
It ain't me. It ain't me. Ain't nothing changed. But anyway, we're going to change the subject. Comes right on your head like a cat.
Come on. I want all the smoke because I've been.
You gonna get it. You ain't got no choice. If you wasn't here tonight, I was gonna give your ass a smoke.
Hey, let me jump in for a second. One thing that I've been, just talking to people all day. One thing I've seen is everybody has mixed opinions on after the holding call, the last couple of minutes of the game where KC stalled it. A lot of people were saying that was bullshit, but I look at it like that's you trying to win a championship. What do you mean? Why would you?
Who said it was
just different people that I've seen it on Facebook. I've heard it from a couple of
inconsequential people because not one sports network said that.
Right.
Somebody put on TikTok. Somebody put some shit on TikTok that my man failed a drug test. ESPN ain't got it. NFL Network ain't got it, but TikTok got it. Get the fuck out of here. People will make excuses when their team don't want to win. My cousin, my blood cousin, got on my podcast on my live this morning, and he texted me and he said, "Man, I can't believe you hating on the black quarterback." Cause I said Jalen Hurts wasn't the best player on the field. I say, you know the word I'm going to use. Are you fucking crazy? Did you look at who won? Wasn't it a black quarterback that won? Because people don't like what you like, it's automatically hate. I said I didn't have a dog in the fight. My team got beat by Philadelphia. I said, if it was up to me, I want to see Philadelphia lose because they beat us. That's what I said. When I went to the Super Bowl party last night, there was two Chiefs fans in there, two people rooting for the Chiefs. One had a jersey on and me. And I let everybody know, when Philadelphia do good, I'm a cheer. Hey, man, that was a good job. But if y'all go to losing, y'all going to hate me. I took pictures of everybody smiling. Look, yeah, you get your ass whooped. Big G, one of the most quietest people on the planet, got in my face last night. What? I'm like, damn, G. Boy, when they took the lead, you would have thought we was at a funeral. I had to record it. It was so quiet, and I had to record it.
Don't talk to me, I'll murder you.
Hey, I started to put the corn on the ground and watch how much noise it make. That's how quiet it was. They were shooting me birds and telling me to turn the camera off. Dog, I'm more than happy because there's nothing wrong with being a fan of your team if you're a true Philadelphia fan, which you are, D, which Smoke is. The people that I know are Philadelphia fans. But boy, they acted like, oh, this is the next coming of the Troy Aikman Cowboys or Joe Montana 49ers or whoever. This is the next dynasty. They got it. Jalen Hurts on fire. And they got showed what a team can do if they put a complete game together against this so-called juggernaut. That defense didn't do nothing last night. They ran on the defense. They passed on the defense. These dogs. And I keep using that word because somebody said, boy, we got them dogs on that line. We ain't rushing before. They end up trying to rush 5. Yeah, they ain't rushed before all season. They end up trying to rush 5 to get at Mahomes. Still couldn't get to him. Kansas City Chiefs line deserve a trophy they motherfucker self.
They do.
They didn't play against no chumps. I gotta say that. But to keep Pat Mahomes upright and he was hurt. Come on, man. It's what
I gotta give much respect. I gotta give much respect to their game plan, and everybody knows if you don't get to that quarterback, you're gonna get shredded. And after the second half, the adjustments that was made by Kansas City on 2 of them touchdown passes that I did see, we sitting here watching it. And I said, somebody up there in that booth didn't see something. When that cornerback was coming down in motion, or Maddox was coming down,
Running too
and
quick.
they out there in that flare out right there, they came right back to it and said, we're going to get him again. Got him again. That ain't number coaching or somebody up in that box saying he overplaying. And I ain't mad at, man, listen, what I tell you, I want the Eagles win, but I'm an Andrew Reid has always been my favorite coach. I was, hey, Eagles going to kick their ass. I was all the way with it, but I know football. So when I'm looking at this, I can tell you, and I stick by what I say again. Whoever turned the ball over, the most gonna lose this game.
And you are correct. You did say that. But good one. Shoot his ass again. One of the reasons why I made the Facebook Live post I made this morning is because of what the commentator said on TV. They acted like Patrick Mahomes wasn't even playing. Oh, Jalen Hurts was fantastic, and that's the best quarterback performance ever in a Super Bowl. That is bullshit. It was not.
Nope.
Montana had a way better performance in the Super Bowl than Pat Mahomes did. He didn't rush it for as much, but he passed damn near 500 fucking yards.
Well, excuse me. You know why they doing that?
Because they want to make him the next face of the NFL, and he's not.
Not Jalen Hurts. No. Let me get it to you. They're not trying to make him the next face. They're trying to go back and eat crow for what they said about him coming and getting drafted. Now what I'm saying, every last one I'm saying, the Stephen A's, the Shannon Shaws, the Ryan Clarks, Orlowski, everybody on both networks saying this. Skip Bayless been riding his butt since he came out of Alabama. That's the only person I can say been doing this. Everybody said they told us in this last draft, y'all need to go draft y'all a quarterback. Y'all need to do this. The only thing I can't agree with, Skip, what I told you, this is what happens when you put pieces around a player and build the team around them. They done went all the way in the Super Bowl.
That's what Miami did with Tua. They gave him the same kind of team he had in Alabama. Yeah,
Tua, I'm gonna say it's a little bit different with them. Skip, in my opinion, with Miami and Tua is they had the same record last year that they had this year, and the previous record before then they went 10-6 when Tua wasn't there, when Brian Flores was the coach.
But Tua was hurt.
Tua wasn't playing this. He had played with him then, Skip. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so what I'm saying, that goes for and I do agree with you when you put this type of weapons around certain people. But this is what happened. This is what happened. Same thing with Mahomes. Same thing with Andy Reid and Mahomes. Everybody thought, hey, Tyreek Hill gone. They ain't gonna do nothing. And what did I tell you? It ain't Tyreek Hill. It's that boy right there calling them shots, throwing that ball around. He's the call.
$100 million man. Yeah.
He's the cog in the machine. Don't get it twisted. You gotta take him.
But
I know you do. I'm talking about that.
When you say don't get it twisted, we know.
Not you.
No. When you say don't get it twisted, we as regular people with a platform know this. What pisses me off is how the commentators just dismissed Patrick Mahomes like he was fucking nobody. They dismissed him. They didn't talk about him this morning. They talked about Jalen Hurts. They showed all his highlights. And I'm saying, if they had got blown out, say they had lost by 21 points, and Jalen had them exact same stats, you know what they said? He ran it too much. He should have passed more.
It would have been something.
It's almost like everything Pat Mahomes did wasn't enough for them to say, yeah, Jalen played a good game, but look at where he came from to win the game. You see what I'm saying? There was no turnovers in the second half. So it's not like they got a leg up because the defense scooped the ball up and made a touchdown. That was all first half shit. And they went in the first half down by 10. You get what I'm saying? So when you say, if you take the stats and don't show the game, Jalen Hurts the world beater. But the stats are what happened in the game. The actual gameplay to me is what determines who's the better player. Now, you can't base that one game on who's the greatest all time, but you still got to look at the game itself to see how do you get these stats. Because like we said, Dan Marino padded the shit out of his stats. from what 84 to 93 when he retired, 92 when he retired. That's all. Stats.
Wait a minute. I can't deal with foolishness. I can't deal with foolishness.
Hey,
I
you
can't.
know what?
I,
I'm gonna say this about the Falcons, and we're gonna keep it moving. The Falcons can't beat Southwest DeKalb High School. So all that
the
shit.
only thing, the only thing the Falcons got to do with this is the Falcons and the Eagles are the only two teams in Super Bowl history to give up a double-digit lead in the Super Bowl. That's what your Falcon argument is. That's the only thing we got to talk about. Falcons have Ken. I'm sorry. Falcons have no conversation in it.
But 10 points ain't like 23 points.
Nope.
So you don't even use that stat. Cause boy, 23 points in the third quarter.
I said you heard what I said, Skip.
Oh, okay.
Double digits. So, you know.
See, when you say double digits, people don't think 10. They think 18, 20, 21. Say them numbers. Because double digits could be 99. You get what I'm saying? No.
Yeah.
Or 33.
All over the place, and they ain't stopped shitting since.
Yeah. So
Ryan and dropped straight in the gutter. They went ahead in the gutter. We need to get rid of Matt Ryan. How that working out for you? everybody that love the Falcons said get rid of Matt Ryan. How that's working for you?
I don't want to change the subject too much here, but Matt Ryan was still doing bad at Indianapolis.
Okay, he was. But who's the best quarterback now the Falcons ever had? How many MVP players, MVP winners the Falcons ever had? Before Matt Ryan got there, how many years had the Falcons had back-to-back winning seasons? Not one. That's including with Vic. They never had back-to-back winning seasons until Matt Ryan. So miss me with that how bad he played. Look at what he did for the franchise. 2 years after winning the MVP, you got Falcon fans. We need to get rid of Matt Ryan. That's the problem.
before then.
No, I said 2 years after he won MVP.
Oh yeah, before then they would tell him I get rid of it.
Then he win MVP. Oh, we ready now. We this, we that. Yeah, what the fuck else?
Well, you know, that's just the fan base. You know, just
But
like Philly.
that's people that don't know football. It's like when people say, "Oh man, the ref shouldn't have blew the whistle." What in the fuck that mean? How you need them? Somebody on this platform right here, one of us three. Oh man, it was why they blow that whistle that late in the game? Because they get paid to blow the fucking whistle.
Hey man, I didn't say that.
Crucial timing. Ain't no such. You held them in crucial timing. See, they look past that part that the infraction was committed, and they want to say, "Well, the ref shouldn't have blew the whistle." What in the fuck that mean?
he hit the button. I was like, what was that?
Oh, you hit on the whistle last night?
Yeah, no, it don't sound. I can't.
But anyway,
Oh shit!
I was so tired. I watched, like I said, when I made the live this morning, it was to pick at the Eagles fans, and everybody was rooting for the Eagles. But it was more so to say that commentators are worse, are some of the worst haters on the planet. There's no way you can take away the performance Pat Mahomes had last night. And that's the first thing they did. You want to talk about how great Jalen Hurts looked. There was one fucking turnover, and it was him. They didn't even talk about that. Oh, well, look at the 3 rushing touchdowns. That was 5, 3, and 1 yard. Something like that something to that. I mean, he didn't break a Marshawn Lynch run or no shit like that. You get what I'm saying? You get the ball all the way down. Well, let me run it in.
No, I'm not gonna agree with you on that.
Who had the most rushing touchdowns this year for any quarterback ever?
I'm not gonna agree with you on that.
I just asked you a question. Which quarterback had the most rushing touchdowns of any quarterback in a single season ever? He can't talk.
I'm answering the question.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson.
Jalen Hurts set the record. Now,
This year. He set the record.
Yes.
What's the record?
That's not a record for a quarterback.
What's the record? I'm asking. What was the record?
I don't know how many.
Okay.
I say who has the most.
Okay. The most in one season. He set the record.
Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
So when you get to the Super Bowl, it's more the same. But he had the best game. Come the fuck on. How? 100 yards passing and they lose the same way they lost? Would they be saying he's the greatest or was the best player on the field? No. They trying to discredit Pat Mahomes the same way Seattle tried to discredit your boy. My opinion. Take it and run with it, player. Fly, Eagles, fly.
I don't know, but Skip, I can't go with you on that.
Hang on. You talking about Pat Mahomes this morning?
And I'm
talking about Pat Mahomes.
But the reason why I say again, those commentators, we know Pat, me, you, and Jeff.
I'm talking about the ones that get paid millions of dollars to do it. How many
times
what I'm
saying.
About Pat Mahomes?
Because of what they said about this kid coming out of college and where he got picked in the draft. That's why. Now they got to eat crow just like me and you. If we pick some wrong, we got to get this smoke. They are trying to save face and kiss his butt, you might as well say, now. Because you didn't think, not you, they didn't think he was going to perform on the biggest stage like this. We already know that Pat Mahomes is the face of the NFL. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. They can't make Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts ain't did enough. You going against an MVP quarterback that has been in the running for 5 of his 6 years in the league. He's been in MVP conversation. He's been in the Super Bowl more than in his first 5 years, the first 6 years, excuse me, than anybody. So comparing Jalen Hurts to Patrick Mahomes, I'll tell you right now, if I could trade for him straight up, I'm taking Patrick Mahomes on my team.
That's anybody in the NFL. Nobody in their right mind would not take him over the quarterback.
So the performance of this young man on this game for the world to see was unbelievable to their standard. To their standard, not me and yours, because we look at football and we know football players.
Right.
To their standard, this is them because of what they said.
Okay, and that's opinion too, but I get where you're coming from. But my thing is, name another sport, period. I don't care if it's ice hockey, if it's soccer, if it's badminton, whatever, where they had a national championship game or a World Series or whatever, the final game, where the next day they got on team and talked about the losing team.
Halfway.
They've never done it. They've never done it. You get on here and you praising this man like he won. You diminished the MVP of the league and the MVP of the Super Bowl because all you want to talk about is how good he played. It wasn't good enough. So when you say how good he played, just say, well, he fell short. None of that shit was never said. Oh, man, he was excellent. If not for the loss, man, that's the best Super Bowl performance ever. How?
Halfway.
Those are only the best rushing stats for a quarterback in the Super Bowl ever. That's it. We have quarterbacks that thrown for 6 touchdowns in the Super Bowl. 400 plus yards. But because he threw for 300, that was the best performance ever by a quarterback. And he turned the ball over.
Overall.
Yes, he turned the ball over. That's the biggest strike you can get is a turnover. Matter of fact, it's like a pick 6, a fumble 6. See, you just missed that part of the game when you say he had the best performance, he was the best player on the field. No, the fuck he was not. Had he won, you could say that. But no, the best player on the field was the one that brought his team from a 10-point deficit. Wow, hurt. He was unfazed about that 10-point deficit. He was unfazed. Yeah, you can smirk all you want to. You saw him out there. Look like a goddamn mechanic taking the engine apart.
I must agree.
Huh?
I must agree. I agree.
He picked that shit apart. He pulled all y'all feathers out your ass. Whole ass curl last night. Eagle feathers everywhere. He just get all the shit out the Eagles.
Well, hey, here was something that they had on TV earlier. Oh shit, maybe I didn't get the screenshot.
Yeah, everybody hit the like button, man. All y'all out there, hit that like button. Because what's going on, Ken? I'm talking shit to the Eagle fan, man. Y'all want to come on the chat? Let me know. We'll put the thing in. Y'all come in.
I was gonna say, what happened to all them folks that was on your live this morning talking that shit?
Evidently, I'm shooting this fact shit at them, and there ain't nothing they can say. You know, it's easy to type, but now you can come on here and be seen to make it look foolish. They don't want to say that. But my point is this. If it hadn't been for us with our little pool where we're going, I would have picked the Eagles to win because of the momentum they had. But I ended up picking the Chiefs, like y'all saw last week, because I needed to win in order to tie it or win or whatever. So, in my opinion, the way the quarterback position is changing, Jalen Hurts of the world, the Tuas, the Pat Mahomes, my boy for the 49ers, those types of Dak Prescott's, mobile quarterbacks, the boy play for Buffalo, Joe Burrow, the ones that can move, that's the way the quarterback is going to. Athleticism is playing a bigger part now than ever at that position. And they're not drafting stand-up, drop-back quarterbacks no more because it just don't win games.
Mm-hmm.
So the Shannon Sharps of the world and all these other commentators that bash the shit out of your boy because they didn't think he was going to make it in the old NFL, they got to eat crow. But it still pisses me off that y'all diminish what Pat Mahomes did just to say how great he played in a fucking loss. That bothered me. And that's why I made the post this morning. And people talking about you hating on a black quarterback. How many black quarterbacks were in the game last night? Wasn't it two? So I'm going to hate on one black quarterback to like the other black quarterback versus just calling it how I see it. I ain't have no dog in the fight except that I want to talk shit to the loser. If Kansas City had a loss, I'd have been talking. I got a lot of Chiefs friends that's Chiefs fans. I'm going to talk shit to them because my team is already out. But it's just so much more enjoyable to pick at these goddamn fly, Eagles fly, EAGLES, Eagles. And that's what y'all tell. No, 1, 2, 3. How it go? How does it go? Say it. Y'all know it's a bird fly. Yeah. He got the hush mouth. What's going on?
Hey man, we've been talking a lot about Patrick Mahomes, but one question that they asked when they were handing him the trophy last night is this a dynasty? And his response was, "I'm gonna let y'all figure that out."
Exactly. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Oh, yeah, that's out of me.
Players don't get to determine if their team is a dynasty. What they do determine it by their play, but they don't get to say, "Hey, this is a dynasty." A dynasty is determined by what you do over a longer period of time. And anybody that don't know that, you're on the wrong podcast. That's just what it is. Joe Montana didn't think he was throwing a dynasty when he threw the ball in the back of the end zone. He just was trying to win. Winning makes you a dynasty. The Georgia Bulldogs still got a couple more to go, before they become a dynasty. I had to throw that in there, throw that in there.
Well, he's on all the commercials. You see him on all the podcasts. They're always interviewing him. Is Patrick Mahomes the new face of the NFL?
Yes. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
No,
they want to Joe Burrow. They want to give it to Joe Burrow. Lamar Jackson had a chance to be, but the little knick-knack injuries and everything else. But it's going to be a mobile quarterback.
And
the ball every single play.
At the end of the day, the stats and stuff look good. But the NFL has always been gauged off them Super Bowl wins and your record in the Super Bowl. As we see, as they put Brady. Brady was not always the best quarterback playing in those individual seasons that he won Super Bowls.
Right.
If you put up Brady's first 6 years in the league versus Patrick Mahomes has succeeded him already, and Patrick Mahomes didn't even play his first year. He had more MVPs,
more MVPs, more wins,
and you'll have a record to be in this 5-year span to be in the Super Bowl and have a 2-1 record. That's unbelievable. And this kid is young, and they're just gonna keep building around him. He's not going nowhere. Every time we wrote him off, myself and Skip, we thought Cincinnati was gonna beat him. We picked Buffalo one time, I believe, to beat them, and so forth. We a couple times this year we went against them, and every time they win. Pat Mahomes. So
you see that comment, man. They comparing that game to Jordan Slough.
Listen, I don't have time to be going through all that foolishness with Mister.
I know fuck.
We not finna do that. Skip, stay composed.
I'm
We
sorry.
got a troll. We got a troll in the booth up here. But anyway, yeah, man, he is the face. They can make a lot of money off of him. They want it to be somebody else to compete with him. That's why probably Skip, we heard all this Jalen Hurts talk, because now we got what a quarterback said, Skip. All of them in the AFC. We don't have what we got. What I'm saying, the top ones now. Majority of the top quarterbacks in the AFC. We got a aging Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
We got a Dak Prescott. We got a Jalen Hurts now. And who else? The NFC South don't have a quarterback nowhere. That's a whole
They're in the AFC, the NFC.
Kyler Murray in the NFC.
Yeah, Kyler Murray.
I'm personally not gonna count Kyler Murray as a top 5 quarterback.
Oh, no, not top 5. Hell no. I wouldn't give him that.
But I mean, look at the quarterbacks over in the AFC. I mean, Josh Allen, Lamar, Joe Burrow, and then of course Patrick Mahomes. Like that's, I think those, especially those 4. I think with
you got Herbert,
Justin Herbert.
You got Justin Herbert.
But see, now watch this. Those players you named, I don't think none of them been in the league longer than 6 years, have they?
They under.
What I'm getting to is the next call it, look at a Brady career. The next 10, 15 years with some of these guys. It's going to be some good quarterback play for a while, and it really is, like you said, making the position kind of evolve.
I'll read the chat, y'all. I'm sorry. I'll read the things. I had to laugh at some shit. But yeah, man, one more time, fly, Eagles, fly. Oh, no. Put the roaster with it. Not like your breakdance like you were doing last week. Pull the hat down so we can see it.
It's there. It's fresh, too. It's fresh.
They had it on clearance.
When you bought that shit with the Super Bowl trophy because you thought y'all was winning.
No. Ain't no Super Bowl.
No. That jersey you showed us last week. Don't forget.
Oh, my sweatshirt.
Yeah. You thought y'all were with another chip. Yeah, some potato chips.
Yeah, they had the hat on the clearance rack this morning. He had to grab it.
And we sponsored that too. On them chips. Sponsoring chips.
Anyway,
all right.
I'm so happy the Eagles lost.
Who are you telling?
They beat my 49ers. And they beat us. No excuse. But I'm so happy they lost. Because oh my God, Jalen Hurts would have been next Joe Montana, Tom Brady mixed together had they won. Oh my God, the way they were talking about him when he lost, just imagine if he had won. Shit, he wouldn't even have to hike the ball no more. Just hand him the ball, let him do everything.
Well, hey, Skip, this is where we got to figure it out.
Yes, sir.
14-14, that's where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
We are tied in our picks. What are we gonna do for the tiebreaker? The season's over. Ain't nothing.
We still have NBA to go.
Now, hang on. Y'all did guess the scores.
Yeah, he had more points than me. If you were talking about want to go by points.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how we would do that, but
yeah, that's the only way we would do it. Who was closer to the multiple point score? And he did that because he had 35.
35-24.
Yeah, 35-24. 25-28. So 53-52, 50-62. So yeah, he would have won that if we going by points. But then we ain't agree on that.
That's what I'm asking here. How y'all? That's the man that you'll be doing something with, and then you beat him, and he's like, "We shake on it."
No, we ain't say no points on coincided though. Now we ain't say that. But it don't matter to me, man. That's what it is. I mean, the Eagles lost, man. I'm in heaven. Cause oh my God, had they won, he probably had confetti falling out the ceiling over there.
You might be right about that.
He had to return the bag today.
No, not at y'all. I wouldn't. It wouldn't have been no problem.
You would have had to. That's why I'm telling your ass up now.
That one down there, and the rest of them Cowboys saying, "Me, you ain't got no problem, Skip." The Cowboys we got problems with.
Hey man, Dak got the Defensive Player of the Year trophy last night. You seen that?
He got it.
They booed
Let's
his
go.
ass. Philadelphia
Let's go.
booed his ass.
I know that was
Let's
disrespectful.
Hey, man, everybody in the chat, man, y'all make sure to hit that thumbs up button, man, and hit the subscribe button. Y'all here watching us, man, go and support us. It's free. It's free. It's just a click of the mouse pad.
Just a little
Come on, people.
$3.99.
We want your support just as much as you want to see us talk shit and laugh, man.
Well, hey,
And,
we gonna,
in your little chat thing, you see a little $ button over there. Send us a couple dollars, man. I'm hungry. I'm not playing. It gets us stuff like this, man, with the ACC on. You know, we get to do little photo shoots and shit like that. You know, little small shit. Y'all help us out, man. Appreciate you, players.
yeah, pimps and pimpets around the world. Hey, we gonna transition over to the NBA here. LeBron James. Oh, Skip, you sound like you got something to say.
Yeah, one more thing too, man. Y'all in this chat, I know y'all got some things y'all want to say. We're gonna put the link up, man. If y'all want to come on and say something, you don't even have to turn the camera on. We want to converse with y'all. You get what I'm saying? So we're gonna put the link in the chat, man. Y'all click on it, and we'll get y'all on here to hear y'all's opinion about what's going on too, also. So don't think that it's just gonna be us. We wanna
interact.
Go ahead, big dog.
All right. Well, as you see down here, LeBron James has broken the all-time scoring record. When did it happen? Saturday night, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, D, go ahead and tell us a little bit about King James down here. Uh-oh. Hang on. I'm sorry. We might have to dial it back a little bit. We have a special guest that just jumped in the chat. Coming to you live. If he would quit chewing before I put him on the screen, please. Mr. Mark McBride.
Whoa, who this? Is that another Cowboy fan? D, that's
What
another
it is,
Cowboy
though.
fan, D.
What it is, though.
That's a passport, bro, right there.
Hey, man. We're going to put you on the camera. We don't want to watch you eat, player. Yeah, we don't. Your little pretty teeth and your little finger waves and shit. We don't want to see all.
Hey, are we going to talk about the GOAT? Are we going to talk about the GOAT?
Of course, that's what we're finna do.
Yes, sir.
Go, Kel.
Well, hey, shit. If he's referring to LBJ, then fucking take us into it. It was on y'all.
Saturday night, LeBron broke Kareem's all-time scoring points career.
It wasn't Saturday.
With a fadeaway jump shot at the top of the key. Well, not the free throw line, from the free throw line around the key area. And immediately, the internet went crazy with, you can't judge by stats, this and that. It's amazing how they nitpick a player that from the time he left high school to the NBA, he's been so scrutinized that they put a microscope in his ass. The man ain't never had a speeding ticket. He ain't never had no improprieties. He ain't never been photoed doing nothing wrong. He never been accused of nothing wrong, never been in no kind of trouble. Been exemplary for the last 20 plus years. No other NBA player has a record that spotless and clean. But they instantly said, well, if Jordan had played longer. No, Jordan couldn't have played longer. Did they not see him in Washington? He was fucking washed up. All that shit about if Jordan was going for stats. What was he going for averaging 33 points a game one year? That's fucking stats. And the year that he averaged all those points per game, they didn't win a motherfucking thing. It wasn't until he got Pippen and other core players or some drop-dead shooters like John Paxson and Steve Kerr in the second three-peat that they started winning. Because Phil Jackson knew what Jordan needed to win to get over that hump. But people give all the accolades to Jordan. LeBron passed the ball off to your boy in the corner in Miami to hit the three. Oh, why LeBron ain't take the last shot? John Paxson hit 2 or 3 game winners. Ain't nobody say nothing about that. Steve Kerr done the same thing. You see what I'm saying? So when these Jordan fans, and I'm not saying Jordan ain't great. I never considered him the greatest of all time. Never. Even before LeBron came to the NBA, I never considered Jordan the greatest of all time because he hadn't done nothing that wasn't already done before. Not Havlicek. I think it's Havlicek is 8-0 in the finals. Robert Horry got 7 rings. So don't tell me about because he got 6 and he ain't lose on the NBA finals that makes him the greatest. Don't tell me he changed the game because Magic Johnson and Larry Bird saved the NBA. So don't tell me he changed nothing. He didn't. But I'm going to give y'all the floor.
Well, hey, just to clarify before we keep rolling, the new record for scoring points is 38,390 and counting.
Oh yeah, it'll be 40,000 before he retire.
Mm-hmm. Dirty D, you got anything to add on this?
Oh, listen, hey, I'm gonna give the man his due. Great player, all time great. He has a storybook ending to his career. And what I mean by that is we never thought a kid would come from high school outside of Kobe Bryant and how great Kobe was to do what he's done. And I agree with Skip. No kind of type of scandals, no issues. They scrutinizing him. Actually, as we was talking about before, they dubbed him the chosen one. When he came,
they gave him the name the king.
They gave him the chosen one, King James, and so forth. He's not my greatest player of all time. He's not. You already know that. Jay, my greatest player of all time, and he will always be that. But I cannot take away for what we've watched LeBron do, what he's done for 3 different franchises. It will go down in history. He's the only player to do that. Only player to win 3 different championships and did 3 different places. All of them didn't have to have help. None of them have done it by themselves, period. None of them. Even when Jordan was averaging 30 points a game, he still had to get coaching and Scottie Pippen in there for him to win what he win. Same thing with LeBron. He had to leave Cleveland to learn how to be a champion. He was already great before he went there, but he had to learn how to win. All of them had the same adversities. All of them went through the same thing. Jay, my boy, Jay will always be my boy. He got 10 scoring titles. LeBron got 1. But he's the all-time leading scorer. I ain't got no problem with that. None whatsoever.
Here go them stats again that I was talking about Jordan.
Hey, D.
But wait, Mark. Because Mr. Statman over there, he go by stats.
Yeah, I do.
You Statman. I go by
stats. They'll pick those stats that don't matter.
So those stats that don't matter.
LeBron in his 20th season averaged 29 points a game. Jordan averaged in his 17th season, 16th season. Matter of fact, the last 4 years of his career, he didn't average 15 points a game. This man in year 20 averaging 30 points a game, 29 point something.
Unbelievable.
Scoring titles. That man could have had a scoring league every year in the league if he wanted to. Now talk about that.
So wait a minute. So your argument, he could have, but he didn't.
Because he's a team player. That's why he's 4th in assists. That's why he's 8th in rebounds. That's right. Points. That's why.
And he's 4 and 6 in them finals.
Exactly.
D, can I ask you a question?
Go.
Yes.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I want you to imagine you're my older brother. You taught me everything I know when it comes to basketball, right? We went to the same high school. We went to the same college. When you and me play one-on-one, you bust my butt every time we play because you taught me everything I know. But when I went to the same high school as you, you won 2 championships. I won every year. When you went to college, you won 1 championship. I won every year. I got 8 straight years of championship play. I've never played a season without winning a championship. But every year I come home for Thanksgiving and me and you play, you bust my tail. Who's the best? Who's the best player?
Between me and you, I am.
Thank you. That's why Jordan is not the best player and LeBron is.
Really? Really?
I just used your own logic against you, sir.
LeBron
Your own logic against you, sir.
You couldn't have.
I just used your own logic against you, sir.
No. I'm gonna tell you.
Hold on. I'll let you play. I'll let you speak. Let me finish. Let me land.
You couldn't have.
Let me land.
Go ahead.
See, I play basketball, and I'm pretty sure you played basketball. If we're on the court and I tell you I'm better than you because I'm bigger, I'm faster, and I'm stronger, and you start talking to me about what you accomplished with your team, not only am I going to laugh at you, but everybody on the court's going to laugh at you, and you're going to have to get out there and prove that. If I take 5 LeBron James and make a team, let's just imagine I can clone LeBron James, and I can clone Michael Jordan. I can make 5 Michael Jordans and put them on a team and 5 LeBron James and put them on a team. That means LeBron James is playing center, power forward, small forward, shooting guard, and point. Out of those matchups in a 7-game series, who do you think is going to win?
Jordan.
But see, that's not realistic, Mark, because
And you can't compare that.
No. The reason why I said that,
but it's not realistic because LeBron can play all 5 positions. Jordan can't.
Exactly.
That comparison don't make sense, though.
Well, the reason why I said it is because you just answered the question. You have a player who has the ability at an elite level to play offense and defend all 5 positions. Jordan is not going to win that battle at center. Jordan is not going to win that position at point. Jordan is not going to win that position at power forward. He may win at shooting guard. He's not going to win at small forward. Jordan can compete at point, and he will win at shooting guard. He's not going to stand a chance down low. He's not going to stand a chance at power forward. He's not going to stand a chance at small forward. So you have 3 advantages with the same player skill. That's the reason why I put that event. You got one player who we've all seen. I can show you when LeBron James held Derrick Rose in his MVP season and shut him down when Cleveland went through Chicago to go to the championship. I can show you where LeBron James had to go down and hold Tim Duncan. I can show you where a center came full speed down the lane to dunk, and LeBron James flat-footed stood up and posted and embarrassed him. So I'm telling you, when I have a player, now don't get me wrong, I'm a Michael Jordan fan. I'm a Michael Jordan fiend. I had everything Michael Jordan, but I'm not biased. I can see evolution. You cannot take a human that is 6'9", 270, who can handle, shoot a better percentage from 3, shoot a better percentage from 2, and can play defense on all 5 positions in his prime better than the other individual. Michael Jordan at 18 versus LeBron at 18. There's no comparison. Michael Jordan at 38 versus LeBron at 38. There's no comparison. And at their peaks, I can pretty much say it's almost a draw.
Oh, shit.
Wait.
I'm going to let D go because D.
You can't compare them at 18 because one was in the NBA and one was playing college basketball.
You just made my point.
So you can't wait. Let me finish.
You just made a point.
I ain't made no point because if you want to make that point,
Michael Jordan went in college at 18, sir.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Oh Lord. So when he got to college, how old was
he? He was 19.
You're wrong, Mark. No.
He started when he was 18 when he got into college. He was 18, Mark.
I'm talking about the year that LeBron James was in high school, his senior year. Versus Michael Jordan didn't make the team 2 years before that.
Okay.
We got cut.
We know that. That's what makes his greatness what he is. Let me finish. His determination to get better. You compare something in different time frames, sir. That's why he strives. That's why he strives.
The 2 people.
Well, if you compare the 2 people, that's where the stat frame come in at. He's played more games than Michael Jordan. He's played
that
more
means
games.
He got more training. Dean Smith was his coach, was it not? Hall of Fame coach. What other Hall of Fame coaches did Michael Jordan play for? I don't know. The most winningest coach in NBA history? Did he not? Give me the Hall of Fame coach.
The most championship coach. He's not the most winningest coach.
Oh yeah, Papa got that.
No,
he got more chips.
From Lenny Wilkins. Yeah, that's right.
Yes. So Lenny Wilkins was, and then Pop got it. But again, what I'm saying is, if you start at 18 and a LeBron at 18, and you go from there when LeBron got in the league to when Jordan got in the league or any other player, LeBron is going to surpass them anyway because he got more games played. And I'm not taking away from nothing from his greatness. See, that's where the comparison come in at when people try to compare Mike and Jordan, or even a Kobe and Mike, or even whoever else. He has more games played. He got more battles and more run and more tread on the tire because he's played more. Think
you
about
do
it.
understand. You do understand that he passed Michael Jordan's scoring record with 1,300 less shots.
Yes, I know all that, but he had more games played.
That means he was
Right,
more
right.
efficient.
But the stat,
Oh,
but the stat you're throwing out there, Mark. Everybody knows all LeBron's percentages are better than Mike's.
Mhm.
What people want to go off is feeling, and this is where D always say, "I know stats." When I throw them same stats out there, they have nothing to say. The first they say is Jordan changed the game. No, he didn't. Magic Johnson and Larry Bird changed the fucking game. Jordan came in and he was before his time with his athleticism. Yeah, nobody could do what he did until Grant Hill came along. And then the rest of it started coming in. Yeah, because Grant Hill was a bad motherfucker till he started changing his ankles up. Yeah.
Hey, Skip, let's do something that we've never heard anybody do on any sports talk show. Let's compare both individuals' worst time period in their career. Let's look at everybody wants to compare
what you're doing. I understand what you're doing, but look at it this way. If they both played the exact same position, you could do that. You can't do that. It doesn't fit now because they played two different types of positions. They played two different positions, and they were asked to do two different things. Jordan was told to score the ball.
Yes.
And he just happened to be a hell of a defensive player. You get what I'm saying? LeBron was told to run the team. Yeah. And he happened to score a lot of points. So you can't compare the two because it don't fit. You get what I'm saying? That's why LeBron has longevity because he understood how to take care of his body. And he's a big bull. Whereas Jordan played sick, hurt, whatever, and killed his body.
But
so I'm not hating on Jordan. I'm just giving you the raw. That's why I don't try to compare them as players. You have to use stats.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is the full body of work. The full body of work has to be analyzed, the good and the bad. Most Jordan people say they only want to pay attention to the 6 years that he was.
That's all they got.
Exactly.
No, I don't.
No, not you. Not you.
I gotta ask you a question. Name me a player in the NBA that played along LeBron James that can say out loud, he never even won a game in the playoffs against me.
Say that again.
Is there a player in the NBA, past or present, that can say out loud, LeBron James never even won one game against me in the playoffs?
What? I don't get what you mean.
Okay, it's a yes or no question.
No, it's not. See, one thing you're not gonna do is tell me how to answer a question.
No. I'm saying that's the type of question I'm asking.
Hold on. You don't let me answer the way I want to answer. It's not a yes or no question because players transfer teams.
Okay.
LeBron's been in the goddamn playoffs for 19 of his 20 years. So he played against every fucking body. So that's not a stat to even answer the question to.
I know it's not about a stat. I'm asking, is there a player? Because the reason why I'm saying that, because there is a player that can say that about Michael Jordan.
But what stat is that? I mean, what does that
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Are you trying to say what you trying to say in his career, he beat all these different players, or what you trying to ask, Mark? I'm trying to get understanding.
Okay, what I'm trying to say is that Michael Jordan never beat Larry Bird in a game.
In the playoffs?
In the playoffs. Not one. He got swept every time.
Okay.
He did.
And when Michael Jordan got in his prime, and when Michael Jordan went through his prime, Larry Bird was gone.
Exactly. So that's what I was trying to say. You got 8 years of failure, consistent failure. Lost in the first round. He never won. He wasn't even a contender. He wasn't even a factor. When the Lakers was winning, when the Celtics was winning, and when the Pistons was winning, you're going from 1984 to 1991, where Michael Jordan lost all the time, every year.
Wait.
So wait, then hold on.
In the playoffs, when Jordan scored 63 on Bird, they lost that game.
But
they didn't get swept.
Yes, they did. Lost. Look it up, baby.
They lost. Skip. They got swept back then. The first round. Skip. The first round of the playoff was the best 3 out of 5. So whoever won the first 3 games, they were out. Okay. That's how they went. It was 3 out of 5. So when Marks get this again, it's the stat. You can't compare it to much because they changed the playoff system back then.
Right.
But you was just talking about LeBron's failures in the see how it goes. You was just talking about LeBron's failures in the finals.
I didn't say that.
Mark, D never said LeBron had failures.
Yes,
I
he
didn't
did.
say that.
He said in the very beginning, he said, yeah, but what about his record in the finals? He said
In the finals,
4-10.
I never said in the playoffs. I said in the finals. I'm not talking
Exactly.
about
That's the playoffs, sir. That
Well, you
counts.
know,
That's not the final. The finals. Go ahead.
But you know, LeBron never lost in the first round until
That's right.
last year.
He's never lost in the
He
first
got
round.
the first
Just
round
recently.
4-5 times.
Just recently.
Times.
I don't even like bringing up team accomplishments or team stats when I'm talking about a one-on-one player. I don't like to even bring it up.
But see, the NBA is not one-on-one, Mark.
I know, but when we're saying the GOAT,
one-on-one stats.
yeah, but when we're talking about the GOAT, if you got more team you got more team championships, that doesn't mean you're better than me. That's a team accomplishment.
Bill Russell has more team championships than all of them.
Huh?
Bill Russell has more team championships.
Exactly. That's why it don't matter, because nobody's talking
got more
about Bill
team
Russell.
championships than Michael Jordan.
Exactly.
Nobody.
Exactly. That's
Not
the reason why I don't ever
going
talk about championships. I don't care if LeBron James had 10 championships. It's based off of his total body of work. And when we talk about total body of work, going back to my very first point, just like I told him, if I won everything all my life and he busts my butt every time we play one-on-one, it don't matter what I won, according to that team.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
How?
No, but
When I can't beat him.
But I'm saying that's me and you, because we're brothers. That's what you use. That's me and you. That's personal. That's between me and you. If we on the stage of the NBA, if we comparing NBA, they were judged off their trophies that they have and their finals. Magic Johnson just did an interview and said that the personal accolades didn't matter to them back then. They was judged off trophies. And when they brought that championship home, yeah, he got the defensive player of the year. Mike did a clean sweep one year. LeBron did what he's done. Kobe's done what he's done. Bill Russell, all the different greats and different things that went on. So when are you comparing the teams Cleveland, Miami, or the Lakers? Which one you gonna compare?
I don't compare anything other than two humans. And with their capability.
You said team. You said team just a minute ago. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I said I don't compare team accomplishments, because look at this. Name me one player that held Michael Jordan on defense in any finals that's in the Hall of Fame.
Clyde Drexler.
Gary Payton.
And Gary Payton. You asked me if they in the Hall of Fame.
Clyde Drexler didn't know.
We didn't say he held it. You said, was they in the Hall of Fame, sir? We named him who he played against.
No, the reason I didn't say Clyde Drexler because he didn't stop Jordan. Gary Payton
he didn't stop
did at all.
Gary Payton did.
Gary Payton scorched.
Gary Payton did. Well, no, he didn't want to laugh, but Gary Payton stopped him.
I don't know about this kid. Gary Payton stopped him.
Hold on. It's documented, D. When Seattle was playing the Bulls, the first two games of the season, Gary asked Jordan Carl, put me on him now. And Jordan scorched them for 40+ points. The very next two games Gary Payton guarded him, he had 21 and 18. That's stopping Michael Jordan, who averages 30 a game. So don't tell me he didn't stop him. It's documented, and it was on one of the documentaries.
Oh yeah, when he put him on it, and he got in his mind that he thought they would win if he would have been checking in the whole series. That wasn't gonna happen.
Okay, we ain't talking about. We talking about what he said. Somebody that stopped Michael Jordan is in the Hall of Fame. Nobody.
To be honest with you, Skip, when you say stopping Michael Jordan, you talking about he can't get to 15. If you want to say stopping. If he averaging 20, if he averaging 30, he get 28. Do you compare that stopping him?
He didn't score 28 on GP. I said
no,
23 and 18.
23 and 18. Okay, now I didn't hear. I thought you said 28. Excuse me. I'm
23 and 18. The games 3 and 4, when you cut a man's points in half, that ain't stopping it.
That is.
Because Seattle won those two games, and then Chicago swept them in 5 and 6. They won 1, 2, 5, and 6.
Do you think Michael Jordan would have won those two championships that he was retired on if he would have stayed in the league against the Rockets?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Since you say that, why, when he came back, the team that they actually did beat, the Orlando Magic, and he embarrassed Shaq, how did they embarrass Chicago Bulls with Michael Jordan playing?
Wait a minute. They lost. He came back for half a season.
They
They
lost
lost to the
No,
Magic in the
that
playoffs.
Chicago lost to the Magic.
Yeah, he wasn't even in game shape to be playing. So he just came back.
That's the excuse. Don't give me that. Don't give me that.
The greatest
I'm
player
with
in the
you.
world. What
We're
the
going to
basketball?
argument,
We're
but
in the
don't say he
playoffs.
wasn't in game shape.
That's my opinion.
They were in the
Okay,
playoffs.
but hold on. Let's
They
use
was already wait, skip. They were already a playoff team when he came back.
exactly. They
Exactly.
won more games when he left.
They won more games. They just went to a game 7 with the Knicks and a blown call. They would have been back in the finals.
Exactly.
But what's that got to do with getting beat by 2 rookies, Shaq and Penny?
It don't matter about being a rookie because LeBron was dominating motherfuckers at 17.
They were not rookies.
Shaq has been in the league for 2 years.
But that's not a rookie.
Let's see.
That's not a rookie, though, Mark.
I mean, that's a rookie to me compared to Michael Jordan.
Shut up!
Michael Jordan.
God damn. Hold up. Reel this shit back in.
You're not gonna tailor the comments to you because it's not about you. We're gonna shoot facts and we're gonna answer facts. We're not gonna say to me. No.
Okay, let's say a 2-year player.
Shaq was dominant his first year.
You're right.
So 2 years in, he was even more dominant.
And that Orlando team.
But what happened to Shaq with the Rockets?
Our team of basketball was even more dominant than Shaq.
Exactly. So he said that the Chicago Bulls would have beat the Rockets when they couldn't even beat Orlando.
But see,
What I say that because if he wouldn't have never retired, the Rockets wouldn't have beat them, sir. That's what I see.
I don't think so either.
Who was going to stop a kid?
Mark.
Who was going? Go ahead.
Skip, I'm gonna start it off with you. You're gonna make your final point on this argument, and we're just gonna go around the table right here, okay?
Nice. Cool.
On you, Skip.
When it comes to Michael Jordan, you have to compare stats. You got to use stats. And when you use stats, it's no comparison to him and LeBron James, with the exception of the 6 finals, no losses. That's it. Everything else, every other stat category, LeBron is better. Period. Longevity, strength, scoring, assists, rebounds, all of it. But then when you look at Mike's body of work, you say, oh man, he was great for 6 years. People forget in 84 when he came in, he broke his foot, fucked around, came back. 85, he was a highlight, Mr. Everything. But he never won shit until 91 when you had an aging Lakers team. And anybody was, oh, you just calling it what it is. Magic had HIV. Byron Scott was long in the tooth. James Worthy was pretty much dead. Mike was gone by then.
Kareem was hurt.
But
Kareem wasn't playing.
Mike took over in an era where somebody had to. Detroit was getting long in the tooth. Once Mike bulked up and learned how to beat them, there was nobody to stop him. There were no defensive stoppers. The man played against Hornacek. I mean, Craig Elo. And somebody said something to me and it made sense. He played against who was there. They were considered great at the time. Mike was ahead of his time, just like LeBron was ahead of his time. Nobody expected a guy that big, that strong, to be able to do everything he does. Nobody expected Mike to be as good as he was. That's just what happened. They're once-in-generational talents. So comparing what they did versus what they accomplished, well, same thing. Comparing how they played versus their stats, it's two different things. And if you just compare stats, it's hands down LeBron James. Hands down.
Boom.
Go D.
Dirty D.
Both are great players. Both of them in different eras. All I can say is one thing. J.J. Barea wouldn't have no ring if it was Michael Jordan. Go ahead, Mark. J.J. Barea that was checking him in them finals that first time when he went, and LeBron and Michael Jordan didn't get swept out the finals either.
J.J. Barea.
Yeah, he just didn't make it for 8 years. It's okay.
He know what I'm talking about. J.J. Barea was that little point guard. They were checking him for the Dallas Mavericks when they lost that.
Yeah, they could have stopped that. No. Go, Mark.
Okay, well, as far as stats, I have nothing to add because Skip hit it all, and he hit it all wonderfully. But what I will say is this.
Thank you.
I've never seen Michael Jordan enter a finals where the Las Vegas and everybody in the world didn't have the Chicago Bulls winning that series. That's number one. Number two, nobody ever played defense on him and had any effect at all other than Gary Payton for the last 2 games. And lastly, every team other than the Thunder, LeBron James was not supposed to win that series. He was not supposed to beat a Spurs team that had all 5 starters going to the Hall of Fame and a Hall of Fame coach. He was not supposed to beat the best team with the best record ever in NBA history, which was the Golden State Warriors, down 3-1. The only team that he was supposed to win, the only championship he was supposed to win was the Thunder. And I think Miami. I think that they were over Miami. But he's got 2 rings, one of the 2 championships that he beat teams with all 5 players, including the coach, were Hall of Famers. And Michael Jordan has never went against a team that he was not supposed to beat. Excuse me, sir. This is my turn. You had your chance to talk.
Write it down, D. Write it down.
I let you know your little last shot. I was quiet, sir. Hush, hush.
Write it down.
Hush, hush. So as I land, we have a human that is bigger, faster, stronger, that shoots better from 3, shoots better from 2, has a better assist record, better rebounds in every aspect of the game, offensively and defensively. He is better, period.
He's not a better defensive player than Michael Jordan.
He can be defense on all 5 positions.
Back in there, we got another topic.
Whoa, I'm sorry.
Hey, that's my time. I appreciate y'all, man. Skip, I appreciate you.
He just told a bold-faced fucking lie. Ain't nowhere in the hell that the Dallas Mavericks had a Hall of Fame player.
Wait a minute. He did what?
Told a bold-faced ass lie.
A bold-faced fucking lie.
He played against the Dallas Mavericks. Skip, do you know the only 2 players on that team was Jason Kidd, an Asian Jason Kidd, and a Dirk Nowitzki? You had
Jason Terry.
I'm finna go there. You let me finish. He said Hall of Fame players.
They will be.
Jason Terry ain't going to Hall of Fame.
You don't think Jason Kidd going to the Hall of Fame?
Jason Terry. He said Jason. No. Yeah, Jason Kidd is in the Hall of Fame.
Right. Okay. You're right.
Dirk is in the Hall of Fame. He said the only one they didn't supposed to win was against the Thunder. Are you serious? They were
favored to win.
No, they had them not win against the Thunder because they had all that talent. They were favored to win the ones they lost, the ones he was in. That first one, Golden State. Think about this, Skip. The first one that they played against Golden State, Cleveland was favored to win. Kyrie went down.
And Love went down too. You're right. But yeah, everybody went down. You're correct.
Everybody went down. Miami was heavily favored in every last one of those finals they went through. They was the favorite. Besides that last one when they lost to San Antonio. That's when that Kyrie, your boy Leonard came to fruition that he the two-way player, defensive stopper, he can stop LeBron and all this. You remember this?
Yeah, that's what they said. But he didn't guard LeBron like everybody else do.
I'm gonna give LeBron his props. In my time, only player I've seen to go to 10 championships straight. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's a fate. That's something in his legacy that I can say I've seen. Seen all 3 of them play in person. In person. Mike, Kobe, and Jordan. Paid good money to see them. And when I tell you, 2 out of 3, unbelievable. 2 out of 3.
Which two?
Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Because that was Kobe's last hurrah.
Oh, okay.
And the way I see how he played. LeBron is an unstoppable force. You play against the Hawks, you probably get 40, 10, and 10.
Well, hey, I'm gonna let D catch his breath for a second and calm down from all of that. If we go hear from KJ's Mobile Auto Detailing.
Yes, sir.
This episode of Last Take is brought to you by KJ's Mobile Auto Detailing, LLC. Hit up KJ anytime. He has same day appointments available, y'all. Y'all got to hit him up. Same day rain guarantee. Memberships available. Disinfectant, sanitization services, wash, wax, carpet shampoo, claying, steam cleaning as well. Hit him up at 470-214-1423.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm drinking some little juice here. I got one more thing. I got to get to this because that
Go,
gentleman got distracted.
go.
So was Golden State players Hall of Famers when LeBron played them in the finals? Were they Hall
No.
of Famers then? Thank you,
The
Skip.
only one that we knew at the time was going to go with Steph.
Did we right? So when the Young Thunder played, were they Hall of Famers at that time? But we knew Kevin Durant was the alpha dog.
Yeah.
But what about the rest of them? The only team that he played in the finals that he lost the most to are the Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
He lost to the Spurs more than anybody outside of Golden State in the finals. And they were built of Hall of Famers and a Hall of Fame coach.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. None of those players that he played against at the time he played them outside the Spurs franchise were Hall of Famers. They wasn't. Those players that Jordan played against, we already knew they were Hall of Famers. Did we not, Skip?
Yeah. The Magic and the Birds, yeah.
But I'm saying in the finals.
But they were old. They were old.
They
By
was
the
in the
time
same.
Jordan came into when he was great.
No. I'm talking about who he played in the finals. And I'm just going back who he played in the finals. You got Karl Malone and your boy out there, Karl Malone and Stockton.
Mm-hmm.
You got Gary Payton on the other team because they ain't gave Sean Kemp his flowers.
Well, he won't get him. He ain't no Hall of Fame player.
You got Charles Barkley
Mm-hmm.
and them boy. You got your boy. You got Clyde Drexler.
He shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame, but yeah.
You don't think Clyde Drexler should be long?
No.
Guys, we got one more topic.
So now you got the Lakers with Magic and Worthy. I don't care about what they were. They was on the court.
You're right.
So them a lot of Hall.
But one thing about it though is everybody, and you said it, everybody that Jordan played against, nobody on the court could stop him. Period. Because he was doing things that nobody could do but him. LeBron, you take a 17-year-old LeBron, and put him in the league in '84. Yeah.
You say 17 LeBron?
Same LeBron he is now. Worse. You know why? Because nobody could stop him.
At 17, yeah.
Huh? At 17.
At 17.
17. What he came in the league at 17, right?
He was 19 when he got drafted. I thought he was 8. He was 19. 19.
What? No, 17 or
18. He was 18. We're gonna go with 18. I'll say 18.
Whenever he came in the league, if you had to you got to think they was coming out of high school back then. So you take LeBron and put him back 1984 and put him in the league at 18. I ain't gonna say there ain't no Jordan, but LeBron would have did way better. I ain't gonna say way better. He would have did just as good as Jordan.
Well, if you put Jordan in this league now, he'll be averaging 50.
Well, not with his own, he wouldn't, because Jordan is not a shooter. Jordan is a slasher, dunker. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That jump shot got real wicked as he got older.
As he got older, that's the point. Will a zone now? No.
Okay.
Well, hey, fellas, real quick before we get out of here, the Brooklyn Nets have been kind of cleaning house. As we talked about last week, they traded Kyrie and the other fellow, and now KD is gone.
He said the older fella.
I forgot his name. But now they've gotten rid of KD. So, I mean, but they've been getting a shit ton in return. Is it going to pay out? Where do you see this going for the Nets?
I get you skipping more. First of all, we talked about this when this foolishness started back when the NBA season started and all we were talking about it. What I tell you, Skip, them two gonna find their way up out of there.
Mm-hmm.
They had
I
to.
told, and we knew, and they was. This is the thing I kind of like and I dislike on both ends about the NBA players. They got a lot of power control about what they want to do. The only team, like I think Skip said, I make his ass sit there and play that contract out. Am I right, Skip? If I'm calling that kind of, yeah. So you talked your way out of this situation. It was already done. The blueprint was there. I don't know from me at the time I've been on this earth, and Skip can attest to this. The Nets have always been trash. I don't care if they was New Jersey to Brooklyn. They've been trash. They had every opportunity, and I'm gonna say in the last 5 years, Skip, to get them a championship. Whatever they didn't try, they ran out there and tried to take their whole Boston team and put them together and add Joe Johnson and D. Darren Williams. That didn't work out when they first got to Brooklyn.
Paul Pierce.
Had the whole Boston team and Joe Johnson. So they have always spent money, Kev, to try to get people in. Now you run out here and Kyrie, whoever, convince whoever to come up there. They get James Harden, and they still couldn't win.
Well, the main reason with that, D, coaching.
Always.
How good you are, a coach has to put you in position to win. And he made a stupid ass statement that he got somebody now that can hit a jump shot. Kevin Durant was hitting all his goddamn shots. Why they still weren't winning? Coaching.
But see, again, you got now. I'm glad we out there toxic environment. I'm glad he got out of there. I'm glad this, that, and the third. I'm glad this, that, and the third. I'm just telling you what I told you I would do. I would package both of their ass together and send them. I'm saying me.
Nobody could.
I would have did that if that was the case and just rape somebody's team if that was the case. But they couldn't, they wasn't going to do that. The NBA probably going to have a problem with that. But what they got in return, Kev, it's not going to match up to what they lost. Because we can't, it ain't like football to per se when you can kind of project that this guy going to be pretty good. Basketball, you can get somebody from overseas that's better than the first round pick, the number 1 overall pick. You don't know that now. You got a lot of people that's foreign players are coming over. Neither of us have seen them. Nobody knew who Luka was. We heard inklings of him.
Oh, I knew who he was.
We heard inklings of him.
Yeah,
we heard
I knew who he was when they started talking about him.
Yeah, when they started talking about it, I'm talking about before, like if we compare LeBron. LeBron, we knew his junior year of high school. We were just waiting for him to get to the NBA.
Luka was like that over there, but he was playing with professionals at 16, 17.
Luka. Yeah, so you could pile all these picks together. Now they got picks and all this stuff, man. It don't matter. They gonna go straight down. And you traded them when y'all in the height of a playoff race.
They had no choice. They was gonna lose them anyway. But they weren't gonna lose KD.
Yeah,
they were gonna lose Kyrie though. So you had to get something for him. And the trade deadline was too close for them to try to finagle some shit. So they got what they could get. But I understand the Brooklyn owner being petty by not sending Kyrie to the Lakers. But 2 first-round picks, Westbrook with an expiring contract that you could have bought out and had all this cap space that you're gonna sorely need, didn't make sense. Now you got 2 good players, 2 decent players, and 2 second-round picks from Dallas. If you were looking out for the franchise, I think I would have wanted first-round picks. But again, you didn't want to appease Kyrie. I get it. But yeah, there's nobody that they can get to make their team a force. Now, some young players may step up and beat a team that they're not supposed to beat, but one thing they got to change too is the coaching. Their coach is not a fucking NBA coach. He's an ex-NBA player.
Now, let me ask you this, Skip. Switching over to the Dallas side of things, Luka came out the other day and said, it was really fun playing with Kyrie in their first game. And I think I saw they scored 53 points between the both of them, 53, 55, something like that. So what do you see? I mean, the comparison that I heard on TV was, the first 6 months are always the most in love. You know what I mean?
Honeymoon phase. It's a honeymoon phase.
So where do you see down the road with them, especially as we get closer to the All-Star game and then going into the back push of the season?
Well, like I said last week, Kyrie does not have to adapt to Luka. Luka has to adapt to Kyrie simply because Luka is ball dominant. I explained this in detail. Luka is the guy that if he does not bring the ball around the court, as soon as it crosses half court, he asks for the ball. He pats it and dribbles it for 10 seconds. He passes it away and asks for it right back. You see, because he's ball dominant. You gotta come to the point that Kyrie has to get his shots off. He has to be in some sort of control. So Luka has to make the adjustments that Kyrie's gonna find him when he needs to. And you don't have to be the one that has to wear the thing on your back about I gotta score because the team depends on me. So if Luka can adjust to that, which I think he can because he's young enough, and do what Dwayne Wade did in Miami, is say, hey, it's still my team, but I'm gonna give the reins to you. Not let Kyrie be the leader, but lead without being the driver, if that makes sense. Because Kyrie is not a good leader, it's been proven. Since he left Cleveland, he's been a leader every way he went, and it's failed miserably. So he has to be the general on the floor, not the leader, if that makes sense. Go, D.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that analogy because if you think about it, it's this move was made for playoff type atmosphere. Because what we've seen in the past 3 years with Luka going in the playoffs, what they do, Luka going to get your 50, going to get your 40. You ain't got nobody else with you. We can beat you doing that. You see what I'm saying? Yep. Every time. And they've been getting their ass whooped in the playoffs. He might get 1 or 2 wins and he out. You see what I'm saying? So now that you bring another scorer, because Kyrie is not a true point guard, he's a scoring machine. He can handle the ball on that team. Now he has the best handles in the league. Hands down.
I think you could consider him a true point guard. I think you can.
But to me, he's a scoring point guard because he doesn't dish out as many assists like Luka does. So will Luka now have to just score, or will he still facilitate the game and let Kyrie run around the arc or cut, slash, or whatever he's doing? Because when I seen him play, I see him bring the ball up, and Kyrie was over in the corner. He did his thing. Kyrie came around. You see,
right? And to me, that's backwards. That will not be a winning recipe for the Dallas Mavericks. Kyrie didn't have to do that with LeBron because LeBron understood there's times when I'm gonna bring the ball up and I'm gonna do me, and then there's times when I'm gonna let Kyrie do him, and he knows he can find me. See, LeBron knew he could get his when he got ready. Luka's not that player. Luka is not shot heavy. What's the word when you shoot a lot? What do they call it? He's not a power shooter, but he's a volume shooter. People don't talk about his percentages. They're not that good because he shoots a fucking lot. Do you get what I'm saying? Now with Kyrie, you got to cut that shit damn near in half. So if Luka is the one dictating with the ball, Kyrie having to come on screens, it ain't going to work. It's just not. Because Luka's going to think, Kyrie's not coming on that screen, right? Let me take this shot. And if you get a ball hawk like somebody that's not gonna let Luka stand there and pat the ball waiting on Kyrie to make his move, it's gonna be a lot of turnovers.
Well, we'll see how it plays out, Kev, as we get closer to playoff season in the matchup. That's when you're gonna see if these trades work just for the Dallas team. Yeah. So go ahead, go and bring that in because that's gonna be.
Yeah, they're gonna work for Phoenix.
Phoenix really on it looks better, you know what I'm saying? To me, to one of our listeners, Vince Bo Parker, I told him the other day, Skip, to me, Kevin Durant has always been a West Coast guy. I didn't really see him as an East Coast type guy in the NBA. You know, back then we had, West Coast guys, East Coast guys. We would have never thought Magic Johnson playing on the East Coast or vice versa. Now they just moving around and going wherever. This team, Phoenix got Chris Paul can go in the sunset, and they have another point guard, and they got Devin Booker. They got 2 scoring machines on the wing. Now you got DeAndre Ayton down in the post. So now Kevin Durant doesn't have to do as much as what he was doing in Brooklyn when he was having to get rebounds and so forth and so on. He can go back to Kevin Durant to score. You got Devin Booker. the scorer. You got a Hall of Fame point guard. I don't like him, but that's what he is. That's facilitating doing what he needs to do. And you got a big man down low. That is a dangerous combination to the point where we might see them run off 10, 12 wins in a row if they get it going.
If he gets healthy. If KD gets healthy, yeah. But with Phoenix, man, all that stuff you just said, you hit the nail on the head. Devin Booker can play without the ball. KD can play without the ball. And they're dangerous everywhere. So double team shit is gone now. Because DeAndre Ayton, keep him 7 feet from the basket. Oh my God. That's what they thought the Clippers were gonna be when Chris Paul went to the Clippers. You understand what I'm saying? You got Blake Griffin jumping over everybody. You got DeAndre Jordan jumping over everybody, and you got Chris Paul. So this team is, if they gel,
it could be trouble.
It's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be nasty.
Well, Skip, go ahead and give me your last take.
Why me first? Hey, the Eagles got their ass beat. Eagle fans, fly, Eagles fly. Y'all saw that game last night? Pat Mahomes, baby. I ain't no Chiefs fan, but the best football player on the planet right now, homeboy, Patrick Mahomes. Damn what Jalen Hurts did in the game, it means nothing because they lost. People need to start, and you can't tell a fan how to root for their team. So let me say this. Quit making excuses when your team lose if you know that excuse is bullshit. People always a bad call. The ref shouldn't have called that call. He should let the players dictate the game. When you commit a foul, that's dictating the game. When you draw a penalty or whatever, it's part of the dictation of the game. That's part of letting the players make the decision. It's just the ref's job to enforce it. I asked the question on my live. I asked the question here, and nobody in the chat seemed to answer it. Did the ref do anything wrong? Was the call valid? D, my co-host, even said, hey, it wasn't that bad of a hole. So if I shoot you in your toe, don't that mean you've been shot? But again, it's one of those things where people want everything to be exactly what they want. Everybody was predicting Philadelphia to win. Madden Football predicted it. All the magicians they had before the game predicted it. All the commentators picked your boy. And, like you said, fly, Eagles, fly. I'm done. Oh, look at me. Good music. They dead. Fly, Eagles, fly. Him looks so sad. Okay, I'm sorry.
Woo! Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. I really enjoyed the Super Bowl last night. Win, lose, or draw. My team did lose, but it was a very enjoyable game. And all I have to say, I gotta say this because I keep forgetting to bring this up with Skip. But this John Morant fella, he's really losing me as a fan. He's talking too much and he keeps talking, and he's got this thug persona that he's trying to bring out in the NBA. You're not about that life, brother. You're a basketball player. Please keep it that way. Humble yourself where you can get talked about with greats, LeBron, Jordan, whoever you inspire to be. Because there's a lot of players outside of those two players and the Kobe's, Kareem's, Bill Russells of the world that don't even get talked about now. They're afterthought. So I would love for that brother to humble himself and get himself together because we think he's a generational talent. And other than that, your arrogance is still the greatest. Good night.
Them Eagles ain't. Goddamn Eagles ain't. They ain't even dynasty. I'm sorry. There we go.
All right.
Eagle.
All right.
That sounds like an eagle. Hit that. That's what it looked like in the second half last night. A rooster.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen at home, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Last Take, a Shot in the Dark. I'm your host, Mr. KEV. What?
No, I was speaking to Nighthawk. I see he came in. He spoke.
Oh, well, yeah. Hey, Nighthawk, go ahead and tune back in next week because you're a little late, player. Until then, everybody have a good one.
Don't do our fans like that.
Keep your beer cold and your wings lemon pepper, baby. We are